Kenny. Ain't nobody praying for me. Y'all know what happens on earth stays on earth. Here we go.
Fame Analytics. The much anticipated Kendrick release dropped last week, and now that the first week's sales numbers have been tallied, we can take a closer look at his project. Quick analytic. Damn's first week sales numbers were over 600K, 603 to be exact. Drake's More Life sold 500K his first week, so some outlets have declared, Kendrick the victor of 2017 releases. I agree thus far Kendrick has dropped the most exciting body of work, but More Life was marketed more as a playlist, not an album. It would make more sense to compare Damn to, say, Views more so than with More Life. In my Fame Analytics episode 2, I quoted a piece from the Heart Part 4 song, drawing a distinction between astonishments over accomplishments. And I asked which one of these categories Kendrick's project would fall into. My initial thoughts on the direction and feel of the release: I lived with this album for almost 2 weeks. I let those energetic bass lines from DNA bounce off the walls at all times of the morning. I yelled out, "Ain't nobody praying for me," as I went about my daily routine. And I've just never attempted to make things look as sexy as I have since the Kendrick release. It's just been something else. So, and even that song Element is sprinkled with audio crack. Every time I hear it, I'm standing there with my headphones in my hand asking for more. It's just an amazing song. Every artist has an album where they really come into their own. For Jay-Z, it was A Hard Knock Life. For Drake, it was Take Care. Kendrick's To Pimp a Butterfly definitely falls into the same category, but I feel like Damn was truly Kendrick's coming out party as an artist. He showed us everything you want, in a release looking to be a classic. Artistic vulnerability, solid to complex wordplay wrapped in engaging concepts, visuals, and such. Production versatility, songs that resonate long after the music is ended, and a synergy overall and a theme that ties the body of work together. This particular release, Damn, it checks every box. The whole album sounds organic and new. It flowed naturally and came together as a cohesive body of work. Some of the standout cuts, that are definitely, replay worthy. DNA. DNA is just a song is just pure energy. Play it loud and play it often. The video with Don Cheeto is just amazing as well. Play DNA often. Element. This song is for those who are getting it done and making it look sexy while they're doing it. Element is absolutely an incredible song. Feel. Oh man, Feel is just. It's just a paradise of thought and introspection. It's just purely Kendrick in terms of that. It's crazy. Yeah. You definitely want to sit down, relax yourself. It's dedicated to those who are definitely forever buzzing. Lust, is a great song. Of course, Be Humble is a great song. In this particular release, especially with the song, say, Fear, he really gave us a man that was examining his mortality and purpose, and even on Feel as well. He reached, kind of higher levels with stardom, and Kendrick does a brilliant job of painting the conflict between growing your brand and staying in touch with the people. People draw comparisons between Drake and Kendrick in terms of musical potency, record sales, and overall cultural impact. As far as musical potency and record sales, Drake may have a slight advantage because he's put out a lot more music than Kendrick, if you count his singles and full album releases. But Kendrick, can and will reach the same heights in terms of time with those areas. The areas where they differ is that Drake seems to have ascended, to the top of the culture and provides his consumer base views from that perspective. The perks of triumph mixed with the emotions of transitioning away from a lifestyle that is closer to the fingertips of the general public. One of Drake's biggest accomplishments was creating a sound, that was very distinct to him, but imitation has now forced him into a position of reinvention, probably sooner than he wanted. If he doesn't reinvent himself, he'll run the risk of sounding like the same artist he basically helped to create. Where, as far as Kendrick has no imitations because no one can out Kendrick. It's clear he's focused his energy on the music, while still remaining accessible to his base. Damn is like an examination of an artist that has stormed the castle of the culture while still acknowledging the struggles of the people. He speaks from a viewpoint of the hunted, someone that escaped but still serves as the Harriet Tubman of their tribe. Kendrick isn't looking to distance himself from the conflict, but he wants to document its texture and help you understand the frustration of indifference, all while trying to walk the tightrope of mortality, commerce, and life fulfillment. I think he embodies this perspective best in the song Elements, where he say, put the Bible down and go eye for an eye with this shit. That's just the embodiment of that type of attitude with it. Some of the weaker cuts, in my opinion, on the album were Loyalty. I know there's a lot of Rihanna stans that will scream blasphemy, but it just felt unoriginal and kind of thrown together in comparison to the other tracks on the album. It didn't fit the overall puzzle to me. I just felt like it felt a little disjointed and forced, but people may differ. The other song, Love, on there as well, was a good vibe, but again, I wasn't quite sure if it really, it kind of fit the vibe there. I felt like they were just kind of trying to bend Kendrick into some different areas, but again, all types of opinions can differ. My closing analysis: I don't use the term classic lightly. It's well earned and needs to really stand the test of time, not just the moment, and we'll get into that in some later videos. Kendrick gave us a classic album with this release. It's very close to flawless in my opinion. Repeat value is very high. Kendrick provided the perfect balance between astonishment and accomplishments. And he really made it clear that he didn't do it for the Grammy, he did it for Compton. And that in itself, it just embodies his attitude. It embodies who he is as an artist. And I can give this album no less than a classic. It was absolutely fantastic and just fun to write about and fun to breathe with for the last couple weeks. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to the page. Take care. Fame Analytics.